Hi Dominic, this is Brianna Berrigan, and I'm going to review your website a little bit here. Um, I really like the colors that you chose. I think it's very old, black and white. It reminds me of cinematography. So I think you're really on brand with that. I love the photo that you chose, and I wonder if maybe making this either bold or bigger would be easier to read. I had a little bit of an issue with it, and my eyesight isn't that bad. Maybe even up here could be a little bit bigger, but that's just a thought. I also see that you only have Instagram. I also only have Instagram, but I'm working on expanding my social media platforms so that I can have, a couple more things to show on my website. So I don't know if maybe that's something you would consider as well. But like I said, I really like this. I think you could maybe put more on the homepage. It's very simple, which I do like, but I think that you could fit a lot more important information just straight on the homepage, because it's not a guarantee that someone's going to click up here. And also, I kind of want to know what I'm subscribing to, like what do you send me, because, sorry, I'm going to want to know what I'm signing up for. Are you going to send me updates on what's going on with you? Or are you going to send me things about film in general? Just something to think about. So let's go to your About section. I noticed it said, it says, let us help to tell your story. Who is us? Because I thought maybe you were a freelancer. So I'm just wondering what the us part is. And maybe that's just something really small, but to me it kind of caught me off guard and I was a little bit confused. But this is a pretty cool photo. Maybe have you considered putting the a little bit about yourself in on the homepage, because this is some good information that I was reading. You have like both of these things, and I feel like maybe it'll be easier for people to continue to read if they're just in smaller sections. Like if you put part of this here, and then you could go in more detail in the about. But these photos are cool. I didn't think that there was going to be anything at the bottom though, because they were here. They were up at the top. So maybe consider adding those to the bottom. Anyway, so work. I already kind of like looked at these before this, and I thought they're really cool, really interesting. I am a fan. I like that you have the reel as your first thing, and that it just kind of plays right away. It's really loud, sorry. And then this gives all the information, very clean. If there's any way to maybe put the options right here, I don't know if that's possible, but if that is possible, maybe consider that, because I was actually looking for it when I wanted to go home, and I saw that you have to click up here, which isn't that big of a deal, but might just make it easier for people. And then the contact. See, I like that you have your tagline that maybe could also go over here. I like that you're sticking with the black and white. I noticed, I think like this one was in color and this one was in color. Why did you choose these ones to stay in color and then keep the other ones black and white? I wonder. But yeah, I don't know, maybe consider putting this up at the top of your page or something in the home screen. And get in touch. Alright, cool. So yeah, like the subscribe thing again. Overall, I mean, I think it looks really professional. I really do love this part. Like this is probably my favorite part. I don't know, this like photo gives me kind of a nostalgic feeling, and I think this is a little bit hard to read, but I like the idea of it. Maybe just play around with all of that. And so let's look at the mobile part of it. This is a little bit small, so maybe if you made it a little bit maybe thicker or just bigger text, it might be a little bit easier to read. I like that that kind of stays like that. Oh, interesting. It only has one of those photos instead of both of them. Oh, and this one's at the bottom. It's interesting that you kind of reformatted this. I'm curious as to why you did that for the mobile device. You know, I had this problem too where there was a really big gap. And that's something that I had to try to fix. I think all I did was I just like moved a certain place, or I deleted a column actually, is what my issue was. Maybe that would be helpful for you as well, so that you don't expect something to be here and then there just be all this empty space. But I really would like to see it. That looks really good. That came up really nicely, very easily. That's cool. I really want to see more of your work. I think it's really interesting. I like how you have an older kind of vibe where you have the black and white stuff, but you also you do stuff for like hip hop and things like that. So I think you have a really interesting perspective, and I like it a lot. And I think we could really benefit from having kind of two cultures meet like that. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think this is great, and I really admired like the simplicity of it. I think I have a really difficult time with that personally, is keeping things very simple. And so I think you did a good job at doing that and making it very clean. So it was a pleasure to be able to review your website, and I look forward to seeing your future work in other classes. Thanks.